That sound alone creates terror among adult drivers, and adult drivers, anyone 18 and up. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens. We're going to talk about anxiety in adult driving and some of the things you need to do to push through, or to better yet, set an appointment with me so you can have a one-on-one session with me. Take a moment when you get into the car and pause and breathe. This moment is for you. It's not for your boyfriend or girlfriend. It's not for your mom or dad. The older you get, the more difficult it can be to drive because you're working. You may have a child. You may have other family situations that prevent you from really taking time. I live this every day, and every day that I get a chance to get out, I'm going to make videos, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to help you. So your car is your kingdom. Your car will protect you, and you need to understand this is your personal space. You want to have your mirrors set so you can see everything behind you. You want to turn on a rear defroster because in the morning there's frost on the windows. We're going to be driving through a drive-through. We're going to be going on an expressway. We'll talk about the dangers and the things you need to do. So take a moment. Always put on your seatbelt. That's one thing that I see when I teach adults, teens. They just get into the car and drive, and that's really the most dangerous thing. Look straight ahead. Adjust these mirrors. Your side mirror, this one has a little keypad. I'm looking straight ahead. You see me looking down to the left. Okay, our right mirror. So we have 4 sets of, well, 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 8 sets of eyes, so you got to look around. Okay, we're going to take a deep breath. Turn on your left turn signal, put the car into drive, and we're going to look over our shoulder. And then we're going to start out in the neighborhood. A lot of people say, I have anxiety. What do I need to do? You're going to watch for soccer moms, dads who are rushing getting their kids to school because kids get up late, parents get up late. I've been there before. It sucks. And then you got to take time to get out onto the road. You got to become one with the road. When you're learning how to drive, it is basically leisure driving. We're not professional drivers. Well, I am in a sense because I'm a state certified driving instructor. Let me pause for a sec. Got to look left and right. Okay, it's clear. And when you get out and drive, it has to be for you. I can't emphasize that enough. I had a young lady who is 27 years old. She had a really bad anxiety attack and could not drive her first drive. Literally, she had a Red Bull in hand. She had her mother who was disabled, and within 2 minutes, she started hyperventilating, drinking her Red Bull, and I said, listen, I can't put you in danger. I have other adults in the car. I really need you to pause for a second. And she said, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. So instantly, I felt so sad for her. And I understood that. And then she canceled her second drive. There's a $35 no-show fee. Okay. So I called corporate. She had paid for an expensive package for driving. And they said, listen, get her back on the schedule. So, and I'm driving 20 adults, right? Adults are different than teens. They work. They have limited time. They're trying to get where they're going. So we got her back on the schedule. And guess what? She no-showed again. She had an excuse. And then she canceled, so she canceled 4 different times. So simply, I had to understand that it's not me. It's part of her anxiety, right? In dealing with these situations. Give me 1 second, please.
Ready for you.
Good morning. I need a number 2 meal large with a coffee, please. I also need, pardon me?
Any cream and sugar?
One cream, please. I also need a large ice water and 2 burritos, no sauce.
Anything else?
That's it.
That put our second window.
Thank you. And then I also pick up food for seniors. And that's part of my job to give back. And when you're trying to help someone get on the road, you can't force them. If she doesn't want to be here, And I've talked to her. We had a live Zoom call. I talked to her mom. I talked to her. She's just not emotionally ready. And she's 27. So everyone's situation is different. And I had to pause for a second. And then, of course, her state examination, because she had 0 drives, she didn't even show up for her state test to get her license. So I'm thinking, whoa. But I wanted to cover myself. I called and texted my regional manager and said, listen, here's what's happening. This woman who's 27 canceled on me again, and she said she had a family death. I'm not going to argue, but how many times can grandpa die? Think about that. We all remember being in college. I got to make some excuse because I don't have my 20-page paper. So I understood, and her drivers are on hold. It could be 6 months, it could be a year. This is just one example. I had another young man, 24, as soon as we got in the car, this panic started shaking. And I put my hand on his shoulder and I said, you're going to be fine. We're going to support you. I guess they're taking money at the main window. We're going to support you. But after about the 4th drive of calling his guardian, having his mother meet us, and remember, I have 2 other adults in the back, I understood. He was embarrassed, he was in tears, he was sobbing. And I'm very kind, I'm very gentle. You've seen my videos, you've seen me coach 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 18-year-olds. And you've got to be clear, you got to be precise, you got to be supportive, you got to have a sense of humor. This is no game. If a young man or young lady can't merge, going 25 and a 50, going 50 and a 70, we're going to be an accident. We're holding up the flow of the traffic. And a lot of you who watch these videos, you're like, really? You go through this? I go through this every single day. But I have to kind of pause for a second. I have to talk to my regional manager. I have to seek out other driving instructors. Do you have the same problem? Yes, this is a trend we see today. A lot of adults have anxiety. They don't want to drive. They don't want to take their personal responsibility. So we have a group that's 16 to 18 that are hit and miss. We have another group 18 to 28 and another group 28 to 38. They must be running slow today. But let's use this as an example. We are running about 15 minutes behind. We're going to have a lot of traffic on the expressway. It's going to bring us anxiety. I made another video yesterday at this time, but that was Tuesday. This is Wednesday. There's going to be a lot more cars, a lot more people. A car is rolling up beside me. I'm not liking this. I don't like people pulling up next to me. Hey, brother, how you doing? He must be by himself.
Hope you better.
It's all good, man. You know, appreciate you. And like a lot of them at McDonald's, these people are in their late 20s, early 30s. Some of them don't drive. How do I know? They talk to me. I'm not saying they're hacking, but they look at my debit card. Hey, Mr. Myles, how are you? What's going on? And then you can tell they want to ask, can you teach me to drive? But they're embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed, right? Talk to me. Hey, I have anxiety with rear view mirrors, reason, sometimes people. You are absolutely correct. People are very aggressive. They tailgate you. They drive aggressive, crazy. Okay? Thank you, brother. And just showing care and love, right? I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time, so I'm gonna just take you through the journey. Okay, so I picked up the food, I'm looking left and right, and sometimes it's just a struggle to get out. I've been there before. I've been depressed before, you know, through a relationship. I understand. So for all of you listening, I truly understand. Let me switch this. So we're gonna talk about this situation. I gotta get up to 50, that's the speed limit here. If not, this light could suddenly change on me. People are gonna tailgate me, and sometimes the police are here to the right by the church. Isn't that an oxymoron, right? But we're going to be we're on the main thoroughfare now. We're going to be getting on the expressway. Then we're going to talk about how fast are people driving? What are people really doing? The average speed on expressway is about 77 miles an hour. Some people drive above that. Some people drive above that speed limit. Other people drive below the speed limit. It's really hit or miss. If you feel more comfortable, you're going to be in the right lane. That's the slower lane. Merge in when you're supposed to. Have that blinker on. And a lot of adults and teens, pavement markings. You guys don't understand this. You have to stop at the stop line. Because I teach driving test prep. And by me being a state certified driving instructor, now I'm going to go up and look at traffic and check. And then I go right in the first lane. And then I'm going to get over one lane to the left, mirror, turn signal, blind spot. It takes about 10 minutes to kind of settle down. If I can get you into the car, get you on the road, it's going to be a pleasant trip. It's going to help you understand. And if you don't understand, then you won't be as successful. This backs up quite frequently, so I'm going to turn on my left turn signal, and I'm going to get in just before I need to. Oh, that was so dangerous. So this is for left turns only, and I've seen many accidents because drivers are careless, they're on the phone, they're not paying attention. How do you avoid this? Really have razor sharp concentration and focus. I'm going to take you through this process. Pause in a second. I'm going to stay relaxed. Positive self-talk is so important. It's so important. And I'm a firm believer in positive self-talk. Have to have positive self-talk. So what does this feel like? I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm wondering what the traffic will be like. How fast are people going? How slow are they going? I'm gonna go really slow. This is called a cloverleaf. I've seen cars spin off. I've had my adult drivers lose control. This is called a cloverleaf, and we want to go it slow. You can see I'm doing it right now. And then once I get to the bottom, I've got to push the gas pedal. This is the first anxiety attack that I see with my drivers. And I'm accelerating up, I'm getting out here. Then I'm going to stay in the first lane for a moment, just kind of settle down. Okay, you talk about a truck tailgating me, there's a white Ram 1500 just riding me right now. And I'm at about 70. And I'm going to be real with you and tell you our speed. I'm not going to lie. We're at 75 right now, and I'm in the slow lane. Right? You're probably saying, if you don't want to drive, get off the road. You know, you need to quit being so disrespectful and harsh. Okay? Everyone has different levels of anxiety. So we're about 75. We're actually between 70 and 75. Okay, and I'm going to get over one lane. I'm going to accelerate through. I'm at about 75 now. Remember I said the average of here is about 77? We're at about 77 to 80. Still not keeping up with people. And we're going to speak truth today. So you're going to have to decide, what lane do you feel comfortable in? I would say probably the middle lane, because if I get to the left, I might have to do 80 to 85. Don't want to do that. Risk of getting a ticket. But you can see all this traffic backing up. We're at 77 right now. And then I'm lifting my foot. And we're in a major metro. This is Houston, Texas. This is Detroit, Michigan. This is Los Angeles, California. You see the green truck tailgating. Crazy. That's anxiety. We were talking about this in class. What do you do if a driver tailgates you? You increase your following distance. We're at 65. So within a matter of seconds, we lost about 12 miles an hour to 15 miles an hour. This is how fast the environment changes. Now, you may not analyze traffic as deep as I do because I'm an instructor, I'm out here, but you're going to have to choose where you want to be comfortable, what you want to do. We're at 75 again. Yesterday, there were very few cars out here. Okay, let's get over to the left lane. Let's see what's going on here. We're at 75 in the left lane, and there's traffic. So some of you said, if you're in the left lane, that's the fast lane. Yes and no. I'm at 75 to 77. I want to increase my following distance. I'm looking ahead 5 to 7 cars. Actually, I've kind of just settled down. Now, this is the I-94 interstate, and then this runs into I-80, which takes us through to Iowa and through to Indiana. They're doing about 85 to 87 miles an hour in a 55 zone. So you do the math. We're back down to 77. About 75. I'm trying to hold the wheel straight. And just take my time. A lot of my dog drivers look at the wall, and literally we've hit the wall several times. You can see the scrape marks. Oh no. Huge backup. I don't want to mess around. Oh my God. That's how fast it happens. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to rear end someone. Oh my God. Okay? I am not trying to crash. You saw how fast that happened. If you're not paying attention, or your mind's just floating somewhere else, we just ran over people. That's real. Oh my God. Happens that quick. That's why you gotta pay crazy attention. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. That threw me off, and I did not want to hit someone. We've been in a rear collision before. I was driving several adults. A lady who was not paying attention, putting makeup on, she rear-ended us. I hurt my back. Another student had concussion. It's real out here. And I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh, we have not been involved in accidents. We have. And 99% have been the other drivers. 1% was our fault. But the judge dropped the ticket and the charge in court. I think all of this is from the heavy volume of traffic in the morning. People waiting till the last second to leave, including me this time. I left about 15 minutes earlier yesterday, if you look at the video from yesterday morning about this time, and it was a night and day difference. I'm not late. Our fuel is good. So I'm more relaxed. But you can tell by my voice, I do have some anxiety and stress, and I'm trying to stay safe. You can see the cars ahead of me. And some people are late, some people are okay, some people barely have gas, some people are late to pick up their kids, some people have dropped off their kids, some people have gone to the downtown Houston, Texas area, downtown Detroit area, downtown Chicago, okay, Manhattan, New York. It's a lot going on here. So I try to give people grace, but I'm not a fool. And people I didn't get along in school. I had issues with my family. I've heard all types of reasons, and we'll talk about those reasons. As long as traffic is moving, I'm okay. Also, let's talk about the condition of your car. If you don't have good brakes or good tires, that's going to cause you to have anxiety too. I've been there before because I barely could afford maintenance for my car, buying used tires, $10, using for like 45 days, having a donut tire on, not the donuts you eat, but the little tire that you use as a spare tire. See, I was almost too close to them. And when you're driving, you need to identify what types of vehicles are around me. This Jeep could roll over. This car to the right, the Buick, is more for an older generation of people. A lot of people have the GMC Canyon, the Ford F-150. These are major brand names, and people like to. This is an Impala, which I'm in. It's a comfortable car. It's got good safety features, and the car you drive will hopefully bring you comfort, not anxiety. I've been in a truck before that could barely get me to work, and it's scary. It's really scary because you just don't know if you're going to make it or not. I've been there before, running late, low. I don't know how I made it, literally. You know, in my late teens, early 20s, how did I make it? Driving a piece of junk car that barely started, dripping oil at my mom's house, putting $5 worth of gas in, getting on a major interstate, stuck in traffic like this, coming late to work. Uh-oh, there's an accident up here. Something happened. You'll see it in a minute. And I don't see people. Oh, I see people changing lanes. I don't know. Uh-oh. Yep, rear end collision. Here it is. I disagree. You see this mess here. People going too damn fast. Everyone has anxiety. You can't say it's Americans. Okay, I'm going to argue with you today. I think no matter what race of people, I've driven people from the Middle East, from India, from Africa. It all depends on the person. And I think a lot of people want to jump on Americans because it's easy. You saw that 3-car back there, people driving too damn fast, not paying attention. That'll make you want to quit driving. Right? So, it says you Americans, let's get it right. No, I disagree with you. If you're going to say negative stuff, then don't get on. Okay? Real talk. That's very disrespectful. because a lot of people want to come here to America because it's the land of the free and home of the brave. And then if you want to start hating on Americans, we have foreign truck drivers who don't speak language. And President Donald Trump is saying, no, you need to learn English. There's so many foreign truck drivers here who are having accidents. And if I do my research, right? If I do my research, there are American drivers who are crashing in trucks. There are foreign drivers. So I think it's really important that we just take a step back and reevaluate, right? Are you an American? Okay. It's just like me going to the UAE. Hey, you Middle Easterns. So we got to be careful with our choice of words. And we have to take a step back. And if you want me to do research, I'll do research. I don't know if there's statistical information about the races of people that have anxiety, Americans, Europeans, Africans, Asians, Middle Easterns. It just sounds racist. And I want us to have an intelligent conversation, because I've driven people from many different parts of the world. And then also some of my best drivers have been female. So what do you think of that? And then some males are like, no, that's not true. It is true. I just look at data. And I was taught and raised to accept people for who they are. If you're a good black driver, good. If you're a good white driver, good. If you're a good country driver, good. If you're a good driver from the city, good. And part of my realization is we're looking for a grant, we're looking for a nonprofit to partner with to bring driving to people who are black and brown. What about our Native American brothers and sisters? You didn't mention them, or our Native Americans. Rethink what you just said. Opportunities, you know, our Cherokee Indians, our Sioux Indians. You know, America is built on racism. You know, if you really want to look at it, you know, Africans were brought here to work. The White House was built by Africans. Sally Hemings, George Washington. They're having a love affair. No, she was raped. She was tortured. She was taken advantage of. Okay, we have to say these hard things. And a lot of people don't want to say these hard things. People have anxiety. They don't want to be out here driving. Whether they've been through an accident or a crash, or their mom or dad are verbally abusive, right? I've seen it all. I see it daily. Okay? I didn't ask to be put here in this position to do driver's ed. I had an opportunity. Okay? And then if you really want to say, well, a white man said that I worked hard, I'm a hard worker. Another white man said, hey, you can be, this is a great summer job. I don't mention that. Another British American man. And then the reality is there are people who are black and brown, okay, Native American, that can't afford driver's ed. So that whole group is left out, okay, because it's a money thing. And then we're driving through the city and you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna redistrict, I'm gonna do gerrymandering. Please talk with common sense, okay? We can't just say blanket statements, you Americans. I would never say that, but I'm not you. People say anything on the internet, hide behind the screen, you know, pushing an AI prompt. I'm here showing you real life. There was a 3-car accident. Looked like a black guy, a woman, and I didn't see the third person. They looked under 30. Could that have been avoided? Maybe. They were all probably This is how it was yesterday. Sorry, I'm going on this rant. I'm really mad. This is how it was yesterday. Our job is to stay out of danger of accident. You're watching this because you want to learn how to drive. You want to learn some good defensive strategies. I want to give you the confidence to get out here and change, just like financial freedom. It's hard. I met a a person yesterday. We're going to be partnering and doing some live seminars. Okay, I'm going to try to encourage this woman, this young lady, to put this on social media. Let's help people with, financial education. Let's help people with real estate education. My daughter's in real estate, right? She's going into houses with adults. She's an adult too, but she's a petite female who's very strong, but she's going to houses and she needs to protect herself. Here's another slowdown. I'm an African-American man. People have preconceived notions about me. I have my master's. I have 2 bachelors. I'm an independent entrepreneur. I'm 6'4", 280. They may perceive me as a threat. I'm very kind and loving and supportive. A lot of people who come on, E comes on, okay? Grace comes on. Okay, a lot of people come on. A lot of people just pop in and say a little comment, he, and then get out. If you really want to make a change, contribute to the conversation. If you really want to contribute to the conversation, join me live. I'll send you a link. Oh no, I don't want to do that, bro. I'm just trying to get to work and it popped on my feed. I get it. But I get sick and tired of people who have insensitive comments and then they want to act stupid. Okay? No one's perfect. Like the white car that's coming out. Okay? See how they just cut off? That's dangerous. It doesn't matter your color, whether you're an American, a British, Look at Rihanna. She's from Barbados. Okay? There are a lot of foreign thank you. Road rage in the USC, that's a stupid move. They could have got behind me, but they got in at the last second. Or was that the safe thing to do? You decide. Road rage is at an all-time high because I set Google alerts and I get information every day from around the world. And that's a whole new presentation. Doesn't matter if you're going the speed limit, under the speed limit, at the speed limit. People get pissed off and they want to get the hell out of your way, if I can be honest, use my language, right? And you just got to have a mental mindset. And a lot of people don't have mental mindset. And then they're having a bad relationship. They broke up with their wife. They kicked their dog. They show up late to work. Like I was just at McDonald's getting ready to drop their food off at the seniors. One of the workers was late. So they were about 10 minutes behind, which put me 10 minutes behind. I'm not mad. You got to look at yourself first. And a lot of people don't do that. They always want to blame someone else. Oh, my girl messed me up. I'm going to straighten her out. Oh, my boss pissed me off. Leave out crazy, about to get fired. Or a young lady I'm teaching, she has anxiety. It's not her fault. But also, we have a business to run. And I'm not going to put her in danger to put me in danger. I simply said, if you cannot, and she told me, I'm not driving. Someone else, I said, no, you're going to listen to me. And I'm not angry at all of you. I'm just simply saying a lot of stuff is built up. And a lot of people look at this as like, this is entertainment. This is real life out here. And you have to make life and death decisions every day. And you have to protect what is safe for you. I'm trying to protect my space, and this car behind me just cut in. I'm not going to move forward and put myself in danger. I'm always trying to be safe. Like this car squeezing in. This is freaking ridiculous, bro. Wow. You see this? Learn how to drive. Be safe. Okay, this is life in suburbia. This is life in the city. It doesn't matter. We have to make decisions every day. I'm going to pause and stop. I've stopped. Here's my gap. If you can't execute that maneuver, then you're not ready to drive. Everyone is different. Every human is different. We're all humans. And I think a lot of people lose that. If I'm from the city, does that mean you're better than me because you're from the suburbs? If you're from the country, and you got 100 acres and you have cows and pigs, does that mean you're dumb? No. I'm going to pause and stop. We all have to work together in our journey. And I like talking to people. Just because you're rich, what if I was like the Kardashians, a billionaire? Does that make me different? Do I have a different perception? Maybe, or maybe not. Right? Mentally, we got to prepare for the journey. Some people don't want to grind every day. They just want to have someone teach them, and they have a chauffeur. I'm that man. But you got to get out here and drive. You got to know what it feels like to get cut off. You got to know what it feels like to be tailgated. You got to know what it feels like to be around big trucks. And I've been there, going to Florida, the semi-truck drivers driving 100 miles an hour. When my good friend Mike and I were hauling the race car down to Moroso Motorsport Park, semi-truck drivers were driving 100 miles an hour. And I'm saying to myself, oh my God, these semi-trucks are doing 100 miles an hour. I didn't know they could go that fast. They were pushing. Now, it would be racist for me to say, as some 100, okay, 100 miles an hour. Yeah, 100 miles an hour. So we live in a very volatile and ever-changing world. Okay, the person said, what a weirdo. The other person who was on here was a weirdo. You have to make decisions for yourself. If you see something wrong, you say something. Okay, history is harsh. And a lot of people don't want to face those things. They want to whitewash history, make it soft. I met a professor from Ohio State a couple of weeks ago. We made some videos. I was videoing his lecture. We had to have these hard talks about history and about life. Why don't people in the city want to drive? Why do people in the suburban areas wait to drive in their late 20s, early 30s? Why do young people not want to drive? Uber, Lyft, social anxiety. Why is my job ever increasingly more dangerous? Because I'm behind the wheel with people who don't know how to drive. Why are so many driving companies getting caught cheating, and some sheik from a different country is paying thousands of dollars for their son or daughter to learn how to drive? They can't speak English. It is what it is. I'm in America. Our signs are in English. Our payment markings are in standard universal language across the United States. But yet we have people out here driving. If I want to get very granular and very deep, I need to do some deeper research. And then I'm going to go live at 11. No, yeah, I'm going to go live at 11. And then we're going to talk deeper about some of the trends that are happening with Americans, with foreigners, with laws in the United States. So I want to say thank you today. Look at my videos. I will talk to you later.